Hello, denizens of the internet, to this week's random brain fart. I'm really mad. Welcome back. So, I'm watching my favorite 14-year-old tech YouTuber, Snazzy Labs, and he starts talking about the YouTubers who have surmised that the new Mac Pro will be modular along the lines of stacking Mac Minis on top of each other. First, Snazzy showcased Jon Rettinger's Mac Stack example. Then it was Dave2D's Mac Stack, and I'm figuring, oh boy, I'm sure he's going to include me, because I predicted it a long time ago. And then it was Tailosive Tech, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be next, but no. I was nowhere to be found. First of all, I think it's a stupid idea, but I did predict the stackable Mac first in this August 2018 video with the follow-up video in September, and all the points Snazzy made in his video, I already covered in this February 2018 video. It's clearly a conspiracy. These popular mega subscriber YouTube stars have conspired to steal my ideas. I have no proof whatsoever, but that's what makes it a conspiracy. If I had bothered to ask any of them ahead of time if this was true, they would have denied it, making the conspiracy even more real. I predicted the Mac Stack Pro because of what Phil Schiller and Craig Federighi said about modular Macs back in their 2017 Apology tour. And with the advent of PCIe 4, you could actually make a stackable Mac work. I still thought it was a dumb idea worth parodying, but if it turns out to be the real deal and not made of paper, I will celebrate alone in my sad basement enclave, as I usually do. But come on, you guys, give me some credit, okay? I did try to reach out to most of you, but you never responded because you were jealous and afraid to be discovered as sad copiers of other people's genius. So I will continue to monitor your activities. Yes, of course, I'm jealous of your success, but that does not make this rant any more pathetic than it is. I hate you all, but I'm up for a collab. In further Huawei news, it was discovered back between 2009 and 2011 that a vulnerability in their home routers as well as infrastructure equipment could be used as a backdoor by the Chinese government. Huawei claimed to have fixed the issue and called them mistakes rather than backdoors, even though these mistakes could be used as backdoors. Many people claim these mistakes still exist. The problem is that Huawei gear is cheaper than the competition's. Greed always wins over security. Oh, who cares if the Chinese government is spying on you? What harm is that they know your secret Kugel recipe or have stolen your patented water-forming aluminum extrusion process? What's the big deal? And now the US are demanding that the EU not use Huawei's made-in-China 5G network equipment and instead use American made-in-China 5G network equipment that they outsource to Chinese manufacturers because they can guarantee that the Chinese government has no influence on their vendors' workers. No, not at all. Last month, a UK cybersecurity watchdog raised concerns over the Chinese company's basic engineering competence and cybersecurity hygiene, which I'm sure means finding a Zener diode in your Kung Pao chicken. According to iPhone case manufacturers, it looks like the new iPhones might be sporting this multimedia camera option. Many people have called Apple's iPhones crap, and now you can get the iPhone craps with camera options such as the Little Joe from Kokomo, Snake Eyes, Ace Caught a Deuce, Skinny McKinney, and many more. Daimler will stop selling the Smart Car in the US and Canada. Kind of a sad day for me because Mercedes-Benz Canada was a client of mine, a great client, and they brought in a few diesel-powered smart cars in November of 2003, 2 years before they were first introduced to Canada. Here's some pics of the one I got to test drive. They were shockingly small, but with surprising and accommodating, funky interiors. The 3-cylinder engine wasn't so bad, but the weird transmission was dreadful. Driving around the city got reactions that were insane. I could park next to a Ferrari Testarossa and the smart car would garner a bigger crowd. When stopped at a light, People would literally stop in front of the car and stare as the light changed. Out of the way. But the experiment has now ended. The smart car just was not suitable for the North American market, even in cities, but I suspect the biggest issue was their shocking unreliability. Many of my vegan latte-sipping friends bought them only to have them constantly break down. If they would have been reliable cars, I'll bet that they'd still be around now. Another robot toy company bites the dust. First it was Jibo, and now Aniki, the manufacturers of Cosmo, they're going out of business. Aniki was selling its new Cosmo robot that resembled a Pixar character brought to life. It was cute, but it was just another Minutes of Fun toy. Other toys in the Minutes of Fun pantheon include Mousetrap, Hungry Hungry Hippo, and Don't Wake Daddy. Thank you to Unsterbar for this wonderful testimonial. Drinking coffee while watching your videos is a mistake. Is my favorite compliment. I get these a lot, and I appreciate them immensely. I could not think of a better thing to have on my gravestone. And now it's time for the Apple 2019 Mac Pro watch. Once again, we check on the status of the mystical magical modular computer that was first promised in 2017. Has the Mac Pro shown up yet? You have been watching the official Mac Pro watch. Stay tuned next week for further updates. So long, denizens. What was that, Wancho? Yes, you will be practicing Houdini's water torture trick next. Yes, it almost killed Houdini. Oh, don't be such a pussy.